Here with the longtime voice, Bob Miller of the LA Kings. Bob, thanks for signing that 2-year extension and staying with the team. Your thoughts just briefly on that?
Well, I've been here so long, and I really have prided myself on longevity, and I wasn't going to go anywhere else. It just was that the contract came up, and it was just a matter of, finding out what are we going to do, and it has come down now to how much longer are you going to do this? People are asking me, and I think last year it entered my mind more than it ever has before, only because of my age and the years and the travel and everything. But my feeling was that this is not the time to leave. Things are looking good. I think it's going to be a really good season, and everybody's looking forward to it. And I sure don't, as I've told people for years, it'd be just my luck I'd retire and they'd win the Stanley Cup next year.
And what does it mean for you to still have your friend down the freeway, Vin Scully, for one more year with the Dodgers?
Well, that's admirable. That really is admirable. It kind of surprised me. I almost thought this might be it with all that's gone on with that franchise. But he still sounds good. He sounds the way he always has, and he looks good. And and I've talked to him about what keeps you going, because I wanted to know why do you keep doing this at this age. And of course, he told me. He said the big thing is, he said he still loves the game, and he said I cut back on the travel, and that's made a big difference. I think it's great. As I told somebody always asked me, are you going to go as long as Vince has? I said, if I do 63 years, I'll be 98 when I do the last year.
Briefly, on a somber note, 9/11, it's been 10 years, and the tragedy this week. The tragedy's now hitting home for hockey. Just having covered Pavel and Soleil and so many of those players, just what has it done to the hockey community? Your thoughts on that?
Yeah, well, with this 10th anniversary of 9/11, and of course the Kings lost 2 scouts in that disaster. It just it's a tragedy, certainly, with the plane, and yet I think maybe every time you get on board as a team, you're wondering, could anything happen? And then the guys this summer, Bogart and the other guys, and Belak. Belak had a job. He had a job with the Nashville Predators doing their television as the third man.
Yeah.
So, that was really a shock. I talked to people in Nashville. They said, no, we saw no indication that he was depressed or anything. And I think it is a real concern for the league to find out what's happening with some of these guys that get into fights and say that's their role, and they've done it for years. I really would like to see the league really crack down on, and they've made the penalty now. It doesn't have to be a lateral or blindside hit. It's any hit that targets the head. I'm just not sure they put enough teeth in the penalty for it.
Yeah. You have so many great stories. Any memories specifically with Dimitra in this build? Maybe the hat trick on Hat Knives, something? Is there any story that sticks out for you for Pavel?
No, I'll tell you, I said that he was, to me, a great player, very good player for us, but a quiet guy. And I think the guys the teammates in the dressing room knew those stories a little more than I did. Around the media, he was a pretty quiet guy. And so I didn't really get to know him all that well.
Thank you very much.